Hi, I'm Steve Eberhard. I'm one of the owners of Shasta Vent, and I'm here to help you package and deliver and fulfill your shipments to our customers so we get an error-free and damage-free delivery of the product. It's very important, and this stage of the fulfillment is one of the most common areas where we have some difficulty, and that's why we're giving this video for you for reference now and later on. It's for management, it's for operations guys, it's for the packers, it's for all of you. There'll be references in the bottom of the screen that you can use that makes it convenient for you to jump to different areas, and we'll cover that a little later on. But the idea is to help save costs, save money, and help you make correct decisions when you're packaging our product, because there's a variety of methods and a variety of choices that you're going to need to make, and we're trying to familiarize you with our product. Our agenda today is to cover best practices for shipping. First chapter is going to be gather your order out of your warehouse. And assess your best method of shipment. Are you going to ship it by freight, or are you going to ship it by parcel? The second chapter is going to cover, when you ship it by freight, how are you going to bundle it on your pallet? What's the best method of creating a stack of goods so that it arrives safely? The third chapter is parcel shipments. That is the most challenging aspect of our fulfillment area, because the rigors of UPS handling and the multiple handling and the way they handle goods requires that our products get packaged with a little more protection. And some products require more protection than others, and so we're trying to help you with making the correct decision on individual parts like that. The fourth chapter is just trying to help you with a list of supplies you need. You don't need a lot of supplies to properly protect our product, and I'm going to show you a short list of things that you need. And then combining items. Especially in the parcel world, you can combine items into boxes, and where you save freight dollars, you reduce the number of parcels you deliver, and the product is still safe. So that's our agenda today, and once again, we're just trying to help you, help us get a safe, damage-free delivery to our customer. We want return business from our customers, and so your job is essential and critical to getting the job done like we all would like to see. So chapter one of our presentation here is the gather and assess chapter. And you're already doing this because you get a pick list and you go out in the warehouse and you pull your product and you bring it to a staging area where you're preparing it for shipment. But the main issue I want to make here is that you need to assess your shipment. Are you going to ship it by freight, or are you going to ship it by parcels? And there's a tendency of over-shipping on the parcel basis and less shipping on the freight. I would encourage you to give more attention to the freight shipment, because it tends to be a safer delivery. It tends to be less damages on a freight shipment, and there's less work on your part. It's easier to ship a freight shipment. So those are the key issues, and it's usually the amount of volume of goods here. In this case, we've got quite a large volume of goods. We got 5 pieces of pipe, and we've got a bunch of accessories. This is a likely candidate for a freight shipment. If you got few parcels going to one location, then that's a likely candidate for a parcel shipment. Your management might be making this decision for you, and that's fine. Hopefully they're using the correct criteria of cost and benefit. And that's one of the purposes of this video, is to help management understand the issues as well. Okay, chapter 2 is freight fulfillment. We're going to use a pallet. We've got a pallet here, a 40 by 48 inch pallet. It's your typical pallet size. And that pallet size is real important to Shasta Vent. And the reason why is our pipe is either 39 inches long or 48 inches long. And so we have a pallet that's 40 inches wide or by 48 inches wide. So if we're shipping 39-inch pieces, they fit on a pallet perfectly in this dimension. If we're shipping 48-inch pieces, the product fits on a pallet quite nicely in this dimension. So, and the rule of thumb on building a pallet is you create a good foundation. You want a good foundation for your pallet. So in this case, I'm going to be shipping some 48-inch pipe and some various accessories. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 48-inch pipe sections, and we're going to take it out to the edge of the pallet, and we're going to have more 48 pipe sections go to the edge of the pallet. And we've got a little bit of room over there. And we have another 48-inch pipe section, and that fits quite nicely on the pallet. You notice that we haven't done any extra packaging for this pipe. We've just taken it in the original boxes, we've put it on the pallet, we haven't had to do any extra protection, and we basically square it up on the pallet, and we've got a nice foundation. If we have more 48-inch pieces to do, or 36-inch pieces, if you have more 48, you need to go this dimension here. But if you have some 36-inch pieces on your order, now you can cross stack it. And what does this do? It makes your pallet stable. When you have it crossed like that, this makes it a nice stable foundation. This secures all the pieces all the way across. So maybe you've got one of these, maybe you've got two of these. And let's just act like we're filling this order. And what I start is get all the pipe on there first. So we will take another 36-inch piece here, and we will put it on there. And now we have the rest of our goods to stack on this pallet. So what do we have? We've got a support box. And I would, once again, I would build the foundation with the heavy items on the bottom. So here goes the support box. Maybe put it like that. It might be okay to be centered. And now we're selecting items. There's an elbow kit here. I would put an elbow kit towards that, and now we're kind of creating a pyramid here. We don't want things hanging over the edge of the boxes of the foundation. We want things to rise to the center. And so we'll take a wall thimble here, and we'll put a wall thimble, stack it in here like this, and maybe we have a cap and a flashing left. I like the flashing to be unboxed and just resting on the top of your pallet. Why? We don't want our freight company to double stack. We don't want them to put another pallet of goods on top of our pallet. And if you make it attractive to put that pallet, another pallet on top of it, that's a problem, because if they put something on top of this, they're going to cause damage. You put a flashing on the top of your pallet, they can't put anything on top of this. You just solve the problem. So then you've got your pallet of goods built. You're going to stretch wrap this thing nice and tight, get it all tight, and put your labels on it. What are the labels you need? You want a fragile label on it. You want a do not stack label on it. And you're pretty much ready to go. That's the freight method. It's simple as that. No extra packaging, no extra protection. Stack your pallet correctly. Stretch wrap it nice and tight. Put your flashing on the top. Make it difficult for them to double stack. If you don't have a flashing, just put a box on the top that makes it unattractive to double stack. So for example, maybe something like that on the top. A guy in a truck who's double stacking, or someone in the warehouse, they're not going to put a pallet of goods on that. It won't balance. So anyway, It's the easiest way to ship product to get safe is on a pallet, and it's the quickest thing for you. Okay, so we're in chapter 3 now, which is parcel shipments. That's clearly the heart of this presentation because it is the most challenging and requires the most work, and it requires the most expertise to get it done correctly. Once again, we're trying to deliver product to customers in a damage-free manner, and there's a variety of decisions that need to be made for the variety of parts that we offer. I've created a red tag list here. You can find the red tag list below your video and print it out at your convenience. And this red tag list has an explanation and identifies all the part numbers that need special attention. It also identifies the part numbers that are in multiples per carton. So you're not shipping a full carton of goods when you think you're only shipping one good. That has been happening lately, and you need to be clear on items that have multiples per carton. And then it also includes some items that may not be obvious to you that need special packaging, like an elbow kit. I have an elbow kit here, and this elbow kit may look to you like it doesn't need special packaging, but it does. And the reason it does is it's a very expensive item, and it's made up of 2 elbows and a strap, and if one elbow gets damaged, then we have to send them a whole new kit. Because we don't offer separate elbows. So this requires special packaging, and it may not be obvious. So get your red tag list, know what items require special treatment, and then you can refer in this video, there's jump ahead feature to it where you can go to pipe, you can go to elbows, you can go to other items, and figure out what the special packaging is required for each of those items. Okay, so we're going to talk about pipe fulfillment when it's shipped by way of UPS or parcel deliveries, and that's clearly the most important aspect of the entire video is protecting pipe, because that is the highest damage rate area, is the most common claims that we have is damaged pipe, and it's so easy to damage pipe. Which is why it requires the extra care and extra packaging to have a damage-free delivery to our customer. On our red tag list that can be found at the bottom of the video, you will be able to see all the various sizes of pipes listed, and some of them are not red tagged. Some of them are black. And that's because pipe comes in various sizes. So here, for example, we have an 8-inch piece of pipe. And this 8-inch piece of pipe doesn't require any extra packaging. You can ship it as is, and it will arrive safely. But we start at the 24-inch pipe level, and so the 24, the 18A, the adjustable, the 24, the 36, and the 48 all require this extra degree of care and protection. So let's spend a little time on that. I've got a 36-inch piece of pipe here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect it for damage. You're going to say, why? It's brand new, it's in the warehouse and stuff. Well, it's gone through a lot to get onto your shelf and on your warehouse, and it could have been damaged right in-house, and let's not waste time shipping something that might be damaged just to have to ship it again. So let's pull it out of the box and look at it. This is looking pretty good. I can tell already it's looking pretty good. I don't see any dents. That's the most common thing. You know, just think about this, how easy it is to be dented. You know, it is pretty good solid steel, but if you banged it on the edge of something, or if UPS banged it on the edge of something, it's easily dented. And that is the most common claim for return. The next thing you do is you look at the ends. Are the ends damaged at all? In this case, the female end, it looks fine. There's clean, there's no denting and that sort of thing. So far, so good. Let's look at the male end of this one. And let's see what it looks, and I see it's damaged. Look at this. It's damaged here, and it's damaged over here. This pipe cannot be used. It is disqualified, needs to be thrown away. So there we go. we have product already on our shelf that we've pulled, and lo and behold, it's damaged, and we're not going to waste our time on it anymore. But I am going to use this to demonstrate how we do the rest of the packaging. So let's presume this is damage-free. We'll put it back in the box. We'll rotate the locking band to the side where it'll fit in the corner of the box. We'll reseal the box, and we'll get ready for the layer of protection. So I'll put a little... Okay, so now we need to seal this original box and retape it. So I got some tape here, and we'll just put some nice water-sensitive tape on it to seal up the box. And now we need to go to the next stage. What are we going to do with this box? We are going to wrap it with bubble wrap or any protective material. I know that some of you have crushed corrugated that you use, but we're going to put a protective coat around it. I've got some spare. I always keep my leftover corrugated, and I like to just cover the corners like that with a corrugated to protect it. It doesn't have to go, I don't have to be perfectly square on that. I just get it on there, and I'll tape it on or somehow secure it in the box. And so we have the ends protected. We got the sides protected with the bubble wrap. And so let's do this. We'll start with the bubble wrap. We're going to do a spiral wrap of this box. Okay, we've got this pretty much wrapped, and we're going to cut the bubble wrap and tape it. I'm going to put a little tape over the top of it so when we slide it down the box it doesn't slip. And now we're ready to put this inside the box. I am going to put the protective cover, and I'm going to take the empty box and slide it over the top. Flip it over. Let it slide in the rest of the way. Now this is coming up above the top of the box a little bit. Not a problem. We don't need to have a full encasement at the top of it, because if you think about the pipe, you got a round area you're trying to protect. It's okay if there's an empty spot in the top, but I do want to put this protective layer of more cardboard in it. Let's bend it a little bit differently so it slips in there. And now we take this and we fold it over like this. And we're going to tape that like that with a couple of pieces of tape. That's ready to be shipped. We've got pretty good protection for the sides. Granted, this is not bulletproof. We can still damage it, but this is pretty good protection, and this is ready to be shipped out. There's your pipe section. Refer to your red tag list so you know what to package this way. All pipe pieces would be packaged the same way. Okay, so we're continuing on Chapter 3, Parcel Shipments, and we've talked about pipe already, and we demonstrated on how to package pipe. But there's more items than pipe that are on your red tag list. The red tag list can be found at the bottom of your screen, and they're items identified with a red color to them. So what do we have? We got a few more examples of red tag items over here. I've got a wall thimble, I've got a T, and I've got an elbow kit. Okay? The same principles applies. You open it up, inspect it for damage, you reseal the package, you stretch it with bubble wrap, and you put it inside an outer box. And you try to have the outer box be as, you don't want it wobbling around and flopping around in the box. So, but here's, just as an example, this one looks like it might be damaged. I can see that something has struck it from the side, but it might not be damaged, and I'm hopeful that it's not damaged. So let's just take a look. But everything needs to be opened and looked at anyway that's on the red tag list. This is our wall thimble kit, and let's just take a look and see if this item is damaged. And I don't think it is damaged. I think this one's just fine. But a proper inspection would be to take it out, pull the covering off, look at it for obvious dents and that sort of thing, and then reassemble it. You don't have to open up this package. You don't have to. There is a item in there that's obviously well protected. You don't need to go beyond that. But look at this box and look what might be damaged. It's all the perimeter items or the items next to the edge of the box that could be causing damage. That's what you're looking for. This looks okay. I would say the box doesn't need to be changed, but if you want to change the box, that's even more professional. But seal up the box, cover it with bubble wrap, put it in an outer box, you're ready to go. We have a wall thimble, we have a T, and we have an elbow kit. You may think, why is a T on the red tag list? The T is on the red tag list is because it's expensive and it deserves to get the special wrapping. You don't want to have this item damaged because you didn't do a little bit of extra packaging. Okay, so we're still talking about the parcel shipment concept, and you'll find at the bottom of your red tag list is a short list of items that are found in multiples per carton. For example, we have this anchor plate. You're going to find that there's 5 or 6 of these per carton. We've got a storm collar. There's about 25 of these per carton. And we have flashings that are found in about maybe 15 or 20 per carton. So if you get an order for 1 flashing, let's not ship a carton of flashings. We need to know which items have multiples per carton. Refer to your red tag list. That'll tell you what have multiples per carton. But the other easy way of catching this is your UPS label will say how much the item weighs. So for example, it'll say that this anchor plate weighs 3.5 pounds, for example. Well, if you've got a box that weighs 20 pounds, but the label says it's 3.5 pounds, you know, hey, something's wrong here. And what's wrong is there's multiples. There's 6 pieces in that box. Okay? So what do you have to do? You have to take the item out. Now it's not boxed. You have to find a box for it. You might provide a little bit of protection for it. It doesn't need much protection. Put it in the box and ship it out. This item here, the storm collar, needs no protection. You can put it in a box and it won't get damaged. And the flashing, it's going to go into a rather large box, not quite this large, but you can see the footprint of that is almost the size of this box. You're going to find that this goes in a pretty large box, and it doesn't need much protection. So there you are. That's the multiples. Be careful you don't ship 25 storm collars when the customer's only buying 1. I've found when I've gone to various warehouses that people seem to have too many choices. And when we were doing this ourselves, this fulfillment, I found that I could use 2 or 3 different size boxes and cover a multitude of our requirements. So what I have here is water-sensitive tape, a knife, clear tape, some bubble wrap, some extra cardboard material that I use for extra protection and packaging, and the principal box that you need is a 10 by 10 by 48 and a 12 by 12 by 48. And you don't need a 12 by 12 by 24 or a 12 by 12 by 36. You don't need all these various sizes for our various size boxes because they can be easily cut down. So if you got a 24-inch piece of pipe and you need to box it, put it in a 48-inch box and cut it down, because you always have use for your spare pieces of cardboard. Just put your cardboard to the side. You'll be amazed at how useful that is. So just limit the number of SKUs that you need to stock, and you won't be running out, and just keep stocked up on those. Okay, so let's spend a little bit of time on combining items. We're still in the parcel delivery stage of the video presentation. And in this case, we're going to be shipping a flashing, a chimney cap, and a storm collar. And you could ship this in 3 separate parcels, or you can ship this easily in 1 parcel. And you're going to save a bunch of money by doing that. So let me just explain a little bit about the UPS dimensional weight matter. This item, which is a flashing, this weighs about 3 pounds. But in the dimensional weight calculations that UPS does, they would say they're going to use the higher of dimensional weight versus actual weight. And in this case, they're going to look at this and say, this is 35 pounds. And they're going to charge us for 35 pounds, even though it weighs 5 pounds. So how do we put more items in this box? Because we got, what do we have? 25 pounds to play with that we can add to this box. Well, look at what you can easily do with this box. You put a little bit of bubble wrap around this chimney cap. You put the chimney cap inside the storm collar, put the flashing on top of it, and now it's all going in the same box. You've just shipped 3 items for free. It's these examples of this. They got plenty of examples of doing that. I've got another item here, which is an anchor plate. An anchor plate can be, and this is kind of heavy. An anchor plate can be used in conjunction with a flashing, and probably still have room for at least a storm collar in here, but maybe even a chimney cap. So there are plenty of opportunities to especially when you got a big empty box, to put things inside it. Another example is a support box and an insulation shield, which is, here's an insulation shield. There's probably room in this box for a chimney cap, at least a storm collar. So there's a few examples where you can save a lot of UPS charges by combining items. But just provide, you can take your chimney cap out of the box, but if you have it loose, just put a little bubble wrap around it to protect it, and you'll be fine. This'll survive a little bit of banging around. So there you are. Combining items saves money. Well, thanks for taking the time of watching our videos and seeing the reasons and why we do things. You know, just to review, we gather our parts, we assess whether we're going to ship it by freight, by parcel. If we ship it by parcel, we have a red tag list of the items that require special attention and protection. And the whole goal is to save money. If we have damage in our shipments, everyone loses money. Customers are not happy and that sort of thing. So doing it the right way, doing it right the first time, that's the whole goal here. And appreciate you watching our video. And realize that on our YouTube video, we got features there where you can jump around, you can find the things quickly that you wanted to review, and hopefully you find it helpful and useful tool. And thanks for your attention, and thanks for supporting Shasta Vent.